up, y'all? What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? It's your girl, TopNotch Butterscotch, back from vacation. Yes, I had to take a little break to get myself together because I was a bit overwhelmed and I needed to get some sun because my winter tan was just having me looking like bright out here in these streets. Moving right along, the time is now 7 o'clock. It is April 7th. Hope everybody had a happy Easter and they got their Easter baskets. Y'all already know how it goes right here on City Flow here at Hidden City Radio. Tonight, I have a special guest for y'all. Yes, I cannot wait to speak with her. We're going to be talking with the starving Gypsy. Yes, she is a private chef, a chef altogether, a magnificent chef, makes some delectable, delightful, all that good stuff, all those succulent words for the culinary industry. She makes some great dishes, so I'm very excited to talk with her tonight and show y'all what she gon', show y'all what she can do, because she can do. Now, before we get started, if you would like to be on my show, please make sure you submit your inquiry to hiddencityradio@gmail.com. If you're a business owner, make sure to put your web address or your Instagram, Facebook link so I can check you out. Make sure you're on the up and up to be on the show. And if you're an artist, please make sure to submit your music in MP3 format because I am a registered station with BMI, ASCAP, and SCE, and I want to make sure you get paid your royalties. So just submit that information to hiddencityradio@gmail.com. And if you're tuned into the show right now, drop us a line. Say, hey, how you doing, so we can give you a shout out. And we got this new thing called the Listeners Lounge. If y'all would like to leave a voicemail, y'all can go to the website, leave a voicemail, and we could get back to y'all. We could bring it up on the next show, talk about it. Get your opinions out there because we want to address everybody. And just make sure y'all keep it locked right here with me, your girl TopNotch Butterscotch on Hidden City Radio, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 p.m. So now that I got all that out the way, let's go ahead and bring our guest on the screen because I'm dying to speak with her. I hope she is ready as she can be because this is it, no turning back. So let's bring our guest, Miss Dimitri, on the screen, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey!
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Doing great, great, great. It's wonderful having you on the show. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm here for it. Anybody who wants to talk about what I do and all that kind of good stuff, I'm here to do this. So, absolutely.
Good deal, good deal. Now, I know a little bit about you myself. If you don't mind introducing yourself to our listeners so they can get to know you some.
I can do that. My name is Dimitri Funderburg. I'm the owner of the Starving Gypsy that is located here in South Boston. We're a small company that does, we do everything from privatized events to like date nights to cooking classes to pretty much meal plan stuff. I mean, anything that you want to do food wise, that's all the kind of stuff that we cover. And the main goal is to bring people together to do things that promote like camaraderie and all that kind of stuff, but then also introduce people to different flavors that they may not have wanted to try before, didn't think that they could try, and to expand the culinary footprint of Black and brown people here in this area of Texas and the South. So yeah, that's what I do.
Nice, nice, nice. So what part of Texas are you in again?
I am in Austin. So
Austin,
I'm
Texas.
2.5 hours from Houston and an hour and some change from San Antonio. So right there in that middle pocket of things.
Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so let's jump right into this interview, shall we?
Let's do it.
Let's go. Okay, so I believe I met you back at Full Sail University. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. That is very, very true.
Yes, I met you at Full Sail University through a great friend of ours, Brian Merker. Shout out to
Hmm.
Brian.
Yeah, shout out
And
to Brian in Paris.
I actually got to try one of your dishes at his house. I believe it was gumbo, and it was
Probably.
delicious. It was so good. So, my question to you is what made you do a career change? Because you know, like Full Sail is all about music and entertainment, and you just did a whole 360 and just went culinary. What happened?
Um, so for me, Full Sail was like my second career. I was in the military first. I was a computer engineer, and then I
Okay.
came there, and I specifically came there for music engineering. So I started out in Full Sail on the music side, and I didn't like how their courses were set up for
Okay.
that industry. So while I was there, I switched into film. So then I started
Nice.
doing everything for film at Full Sail. And then when we got to projects, when I got further into the actual whole degree, and we had to do things like, well, we have to do crafting. You got to have people that are going to come and cook food. And everybody that was in charge of that did it terribly. And so I was like, well, forget it. I'll cook food for all of us. So I started
Nice.
cooking food for my film project and adding on to the fact that I had been cooking food for people in the military when I was there anyway.
Okay.
It just kind of tagged onto each other, and I was like, yeah, I really like this aspect of what I'm doing. And as much as I love film and all of that kind of stuff, and Full Sail is very for profit and also very expensive. And I
Yes.
needed to have something else to supplement me being able to go to school. And I was like, I know how to cook. I like how to cook. So while I was going to Full Sail, I was working at Disney in the kitchen.
Oh
And
wow.
so then I just kind of kept going. I changed everything when I moved to do Full Sail stuff online so that I could cook in kitchens full time in other places. And I left from Florida and went all the way to California and just kept doing that.
Wow, wow, nice. So actually, Full Sail kind of was like a full circle type deal for you. So it
Yeah,
kind of worked out. Nice, good deal.
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
So, was there ever a time you wanted to quit this whole culinary thing? And if you did, how did you overcome that situation?
I wanted to quit many, many, many times, especially when you're working for someone else. And if
Okay.
you're a black or brown person, you get put into particular jobs. So it's like you go to a kitchen and it could be a more affluent kitchen. It'd be like fine dining. They're going to make you do prep or they're going to put you in that space. They're not going to give you the opportunity to do things that are bigger. And so as the bigger cities that I worked in, because after leaving Full Sail, I went to California. I was in San Francisco. I was in the Bay Area, and then I was in Chicago, and I was also in New York. And so, as you move around to these bigger cities, where opportunity should be prevalent and it should be a big thing, for people who look like us, it wasn't one of those things. So
Mm,
I got tired of that being the space that I was in. And I knew that there
mm-hmm.
were so many people that were out there doing the things that I did that looked like me. And it just felt unfair. So I worked in all these places and I could only go like so high. And so I
Right.
felt like the only other way to be able to go where I wanted to go is to just do stuff myself. So after doing that for 5 or 6 years, I made a plan. It was like, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to work all of these private chef jobs at all of these places that I know I can at least make the capital that I need. I can save and stack it and start my own business. And that's
Nice.
exactly what I did. So after leaving from California for like a good 4 or 5 years, I had saved up enough money that I could start my own business. And here we are now.
Nice. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Now, what is your favorite thing about being your own owner? Because I mean, I see some of your stories and I'm just like, okay, girl. So, what's your favorite thing?
Um, I think that I can be able to tell my story through food in a way.
Okay.
When you're working for other people and you're behind the scenes, you can put little tidbits into things, but people don't really get it or understand it or know where it's coming from and like be
Right.
able to get those nuances. So now that I'm creating my own menus and creating my own experiences and doing things the way that it makes sense in my head, I
Mm-hmm.
can interact with people on a more intimate level, that I can explain what that is and why I'm doing this like this and what that means to me. And being able to have those conversations and bring in that connection and being able to transport that into other people that I'm dealing with, it's like I'm able to create these experiences from them that are creating these experiences for myself that they don't really get, but I
Nice.
get it. And so for me, it's way more fulfilling that way, because I'm starting to feel like I'm actually making a difference or doing something or putting something
Yeah.
out to the community. And so I think that's what's the biggest thing for me, that I'm starting to be able to get more of a takeaway from it than what I was doing before, working for somebody else in the kitchen where you just churn and burn and just put out whatever other people are expecting you to do. Now I'm doing
Right.
stuff my way, from my sense of style and how I feel things should be, and for the reasons that I want it to be for. And communicating with clients and having clients that see that and take it in and get what it is,
Mm-hmm.
it's everything. And it just proves to me that I'm exactly where I should be, doing what I should be doing.
Nice, nice. So, talking about your sense of style, what is your cooking style? Because when I tell you, honey, it's like no other style I've seen. It's like the cooking show times 10, you know? What is your style? It is beautiful. Like your dishes are beautiful. It's like you don't want
Oh,
to
thank
eat them.
you.
You want to eat them, and then you're just like, oh, that looks good. I want to eat it right now. What your style is just yummy. So what is your style?
um, I would say that the whole goal of everything that I produce and I cook is, I mean, we all know that people eat with their eyes, right? At this point, definitely
Mm-hmm.
people are visual. So
Yeah.
like what you see, you expect that what you see is what you get in some way,
Yeah.
shape, or form. And I definitely try to do that. But I try to create dishes that are appealing to me visually, and
Yeah.
that taste wise, I know balances a lot of things. So it's not just like savory, it's not just sweet, it's not just acidic. I want to be able to balance all that kind of stuff. And then also I try to incorporate ingredients that not people won't always get to taste, or they
Right, right,
taste it
right.
and they don't know what it is. So it's like
Exactly.
a good example is my chicken and waffles is a little bit different because I roast plantains and put that into the waffle batter. And then the waffle
Mm.
batter is actually Belgian waffle batter. It's Liège waffles, because those are the type of waffles that I grew up with. However,
Nice.
my fried chicken has Berber spice, which is Ethiopian. And so I
Ooh.
do all of that kind of stuff to like fuse all of these different flavors and ingredients together, and all of these different cultures to I centralize making my food a melting pot, so that
Okay.
people can understand that we are all very much so connected, and food does that, and
Yeah.
food brings people together. So I try to put all those type of things into my food to showcase that we're all in this together. Like, you taste all this, and it's like from different regions and different places and different cultures, but you get it and you like it because we are all the same people in the same mind. So that's my underlining thing that I
Ooh,
do
I
with
like
everything that I
that.
create.
I
Yeah.
like that. I like that. And I can actually visualize that with your dishes because like I said, they are one of a kind. They look so good. And there was a song I used to know when I was in kindergarten. It said, but the world is like a mixing pot, just looks what happens when you stir it up. And that used to be my
Yeah,
favorite
absolutely.
part of the song, because they were talking about, colorism and try to say like the world is a rainbow with many kind of people. And when we work together,
Yep.
we can make a family. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
wow, I like that. So, tell me how you came up with the name of Starving Gypsy.
Um, so the name of the company was birthed out of two different things.
Okay.
Initially, when I came across making the company, I wanted to make it food truck specific. I wanted it to be a food truck concept, and I wanted to be able to travel around. And I came up with the whole quote unquote starving part of it when I was actually legitimately starving, like working on the streets and all of that kind of stuff. And so
Nice.
then it was like, it was it. So the first set of dishes that I created were things that they came from things that I found in the garbage when I was like scoping through the garbage to find food. And so that was the first concept of it. And then the gypsy part came from the fact that just I'm a military brat. I've lived everywhere. I've worked everywhere. I was
Yeah.
military myself, so I've just kind of been everywhere. So that kind of is where that came from, where I just never really felt connected to any place and didn't feel like I had
Yeah.
an actual home. So then when
Right.
I started to put the whole concept together, it was like, okay, if I have a food truck, then I can cook for everybody else like Monday through Thursday on the food truck, and then Friday to Sunday I could just specifically go and service the homeless community. So that's where it
Mm.
started. And then it expanded differently when it came to where I moved and all that stuff, where it came to the point that I was starving for connection with people to like
Mm-hmm.
replace any kind of bad experiences that I had in my life. And so then it
Mm.
became that whole thing. So then the starving is all about starving for connection, starving for resources, all of that kind of stuff came encompassed under this whole umbrella that I want to create experiences that are mostly about building camaraderie, building community, and just framing it with some really dope food. And that's what the whole thing of it is now.
Wow. Wow. You have an awesome story. So, a part of your story you just mentioned, you said you were scoping in the trash for food. Were you
Yeah,
homeless at one point?
yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
I have been homeless in this life at least twice. And while I was working in restaurants,
Wow.
while no one knew that I was homeless and I was still working in restaurants, but like, checking out of a restaurant, getting out of work, going across the street to the Panera Bread, taking a shower in the Panera Bread bathroom, packing up your stuff and going to like sleep in your truck. And I did that
Wow.
for a good amount of time, a good amount of months, until like I met somebody that I was working with who overheard me talking about stuff with someone else and realizing that I had nowhere to stay. And he opened up his home to me so that I actually was able to have a place to stay and continue to move forward. But yeah, absolutely.
Wow. Wow, sis. You have a beautiful story. And you're a veteran as well.
I am, yes.
And were there any veteran programs that could have helped with that part of your life?
I feel like a lot of our veteran programs are set up a particular way and they should
Mm.
be set up differently and better. And uh, so it was like there were resources to an extent, but
Mm.
you don't really know what your resources are. And then there's all these
That is true.
stipulations that it's like, I mean, what am I supposed to do? Because now
That
you
is
give
true.
me all of these avenues that I need to fall into that don't apply to me.
Apply to you,
And
right.
and so it's like even if I actually need help, according to what you have deemed as me needing help, I don't
Right.
need help.
Exactly.
So so what am I supposed to
It's always
do?
a catch 22. Yeah. Especially with the
Absolutely. Yeah.
military, and it's sad because there wasn't a catch 22 when I signed my name.
No,
So I
seriously.
mean, granted they say,
Yeah.
well, you volunteered for this, but at the same time, like,
Mhm.
when we get out, we don't expect what they give. And I've experienced the same thing along my journey, and
Yeah.
it's a time. So I'm just blessed that and grateful that you have surpassed that part of your life. And
No, because I
wow,
mean
sis.
you can only get so much. And it's so
Right.
funny because when anything happens that is vet related in any way, shape, or form, the first thing that happens is people get out here and say, well, we love the vets and yada yada yada, but
Yes.
y'all have no idea what the system looks like for us after the fact.
Mm.
We might as well
Preach.
be civilians.
Yep.
I mean, we might as well be civilians. I have so many friends that I know, and me included, that have
Yes.
gone to war, that have done this, that have done that, and then we come back, and it's like we're just a regular person. Like
That's it.
you
We're just
don't get
another
treated,
number. That's it.
but y'all are out here thinking that we're getting treated differently, and we're not.
We're
We're
not.
not.
We're
We're
really
not.
not.
Yeah, we're really
Wow.
not.
Wow. So you mentioned a food truck. Now, have you accomplished that goal of getting your food truck?
No, I was in the process of saving money for the food truck, but food trucks are very expensive, and it's
Yes, they
just
are.
like owning a brick and mortar. You might as well just have a
Yes.
spot, and it's incredibly expensive. So, to go through that process of building and trying to grow and have the money for that, and then starting to really just kind of do things on my own the way that I wanted to do so, and then the pandemic hit.
Mm.
It was like, oh, okay, well, I'm glad I didn't actually
Right, right,
purchase
right.
a food truck, because I mean, this would have been a whole different world
A
of hurt to work
slowdown.
through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because
Wow.
I mean, granted, I worked all the way through the pandemic, but it was
Mm-hmm.
incredibly difficult.
Mm.
And because I was in a city that was completely new to me, I had just
Okay.
moved to this city a year before, and I wasn't working solely for myself. I was working for other people, trying to figure out what the scope of everything was. And then the pandemic happened, and then it was like, okay, I'm gonna just jump straight into working for myself here in a place that's new to me, where no one knows
Mm-hmm.
me. And however, I survived it, but it was not easy at
Yeah.
all, at all,
Gotcha.
at all.
Gotcha. So, how long have you been in Texas so far?
I have been in Texas for 2.5 years.
Nice. Okay. And how's
Yeah.
Texas been treating you?
Texas has been very interesting.
Okay.
And I say that because the area of where I am, uh, I am all about community and building and all of that kind of stuff, which is great, great, and wonderful. However, I am in an area of Texas where it is expanding, it is changing.
Mm.
And so the community here is not really receptive to anybody that's new because of the expansion and
Oh.
the changes. So no matter who you are or what you look like, if you are new to the city, they're
Yeah.
just they're not they're just not about it. They're just not about
Gotcha.
it.
They're going to give you a chance. You know, it's just like all new things. People aren't receptive to it until that one person say, hey, I think we have something. So
Absolutely.
speaking of that, how do you do your marketing? Is it like word of mouth? Is it your website?
Um, my marketing now is probably split between word of
Okay.
mouth and then definitely online. So IG, people like take pictures, they post stuff, and which is still pretty much the new school version of word of mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, so between people doing that, and I'm partnered with a lot of different companies in town. Like I do cooking classes with some companies, and I do private events with some companies. I do deliveries with some companies. So it's more so about spreading out to resources that are, because the city is expanding and because it's so new, there's so many different types of businesses that are coming into here that are also new, that are startups and all that kind of stuff. And I partner with them because, I mean, essentially, I'm a startup myself in this area.
Right.
So why would I not give somebody else that's trying to build up, especially in my career field, in this same space? So I partner
Exactly.
with a lot of startups here and stuff like that, and just organically kind of let stuff work its way out.
Nice, nice, nice. So these cooking classes, how often do you do them?
Um, I do cooking classes through one site, and it's pretty much whenever anyone books them. And I do
Okay.
cooking classes at an actual location, and I do like at least probably like about 2 to 3 a month with them.
Wow.
And and then it can be anything as to what I do. My last cooking class that I did with them was Hawaiian. My next cooking class that's coming up with them is German, and then I'm also
Ooh.
doing a vegetarian class coming up soon. So it runs a mix. I do a lot of things.
Nice, nice. So, who are your typical clients for the cooking classes? Is it like date night or people who don't know how to cook?
It's a mix. It's
Okay.
a mix of people who are there for date nights. It's a mix of people who have like family members who came in and they just want to take them out and do something different. And
Nice.
then it's people who don't know how to cook at all.
Wow.
Yeah, it's all of that.
Nice. So how is a cooking class experience? Like you start off, like how does it, give me like the outline of it, like a vision board of it.
So, let's see. Let's do like an Italian cooking class that I have coming up. Like the first
Okay.
course, we're gonna learn how to make focaccia, which is an Italian bread.
Mm.
So everything is already measured out, and so then you just taught how to make this particular bread, and then also the science behind baking that bread, because breads and things like that are completely different than just cooking. There's science, and
Right.
you have to learn the nuances and all that kind of stuff. So I
Okay.
teach all of that good stuff, and teach you what to look for when like stuff is proofing, and like even something as simple as like when you put the yeast in with this water, like to know what temp the water needs to be at that it doesn't kill the yeast. I teach all that kind of stuff.
Nice.
And then we'll go into whatever the next, like the course will be, like the main course will be, and if it's a protein, and that comes with some vegetables and starches. I mean, mostly we'll focus on like, well, this is how you know that this protein should be at this temp because of this, that, and the other, and these are ways to recognize that it's close to that temp and all that kind of stuff. And then dessert the same way, depending on what the technique is or what it is. So I kind of try to definitely break down the why of why we're
Mm-hmm.
doing stuff,
Okay.
and to also build muscle memory to put certain stuff in certain areas so that when people do this stuff at home, they can recreate the same things knowing that I used these ingredients, I did this at this time, and this
Yeah.
was done because of this, so that it's easier to recreate. So that's just the stuff
Nice.
I like to do in cooking class.
Nice. So do you get to eat the dish, and do the clients get to take home like a cooking recipe card so they can recreate it at home?
They get recipes and they get to eat everything. All that stuff is for them. It has
Nice.
nothing to do for me. I don't get to keep any of that stuff. Everything that they create is what they create. And then I also leave recipes so that, again, they can make it again after the fact.
Good deal. So how long is a cooking class typically?
3 hours.
That's a long date. That is a long date. What if I come with somebody I don't like and I'm just like, girl, I want to
That's
leave
my
after the
fault.
bread. I don't even want to do, I can't get to the full course. I can't even make it to dessert. Check, please. Have you ever had that?
Actually, no. Like, for the most part, I haven't. It's normally 3 hours, only because, but that's only like for like the three course dinners where it's like an
Okay.
hour a course. But if
Okay.
it's a but if it's a blind date, I would structure it much shorter and much differently, so
Gotcha,
that
gotcha,
like so
gotcha.
that if anyone needs to leave at any time, there's some space to do
Intermission. The date's not working out, intermission.
that. Exactly.
Okay, so
Exactly.
there, it's about 3 hours. Now, do you have like other courses that are less than 3 hours?
Depending on what it is. Yeah, like if we're
Okay.
learning like one particular thing, it'll be like maybe an hour and a half.
Okay.
But I mean, but it's mostly dependent upon what it's for and like what we're
Nice.
centered on.
Okay. Nice. And about what's the price range for a cooking class?
$85 per person.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, chef. That chef. She said at $85 per person. Let me say it louder for the ones in the back. $85. It's nothing
It's
wrong
worth
with
it
that.
though. It's
Yeah.
worth it though.
Nice. Nice, nice, nice. And you said you also do virtual training as well. Is that correct?
I do. I do virtual cooking classes as well.
Okay.
Um, like every Sunday we have one thing that we focus on every Sunday, and normally there'll be like a theme for the month, and then from there, like we'll list what we're gonna learn for that month. Like last month we did breakfasts from all parts of the world. So then we did like what you would get for an Indian breakfast and what you would get for a Middle Eastern breakfast and what you would get for an Ethiopian breakfast and what you would get for a Nigerian breakfast. So we do all that kind of stuff as well.
Nice, nice. So we have a question from one of our listeners, Miss Rashida Smith.
Yes.
Shout out to my girl, Ra. She would like to know what's your IG tag, but before you answer that, if she was looking at the screen, she would see, but I don't know if she's listening over the internet, so go ahead and drop that IG tag for her if you can.
So if you would like to find all of my food-related things, it is at The Starving Gypsy for IG. So at the THE, Starving, STARVING, Gypsy, GYPSY. That is where you can find me.
Right there on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. So moving right along. Okay, so is it done via like Zoom or Google? I don't think they have Google Hangouts anymore, but I'm just throwing out these social platforms, you know.
So they do still have Google Hangouts, and I did not know that until literally a week and a half ago, because I did a cooking class, and
nice.
And that is the platform they picked, and I was like, oh, they still have this? Because I didn't know they still had it.
At least I wasn't the only one.
At this point, I normally just use Zoom. It's the easiest and the one that most people use. But but I will do it through whatever platform is easiest for the client. So normally, a lot of times it's Zoom. Sometimes it's Google Hangouts. Sometimes it's like just regular IG Live too. So I mean, it just depends. Yeah, whatever works for people is what I kind of try to do.
Okay, so are the virtual cooking shows or cooking classes, are those free?
No.
Okay. What's your price, girl?
For the virtual cooking classes, the ones that we do every Sunday, they are $50 a piece. And depending on location, they can be a little bit less, because if it's people who are not in the general vicinity of the area, it ends up being between like probably 35 to 40, because they have to buy their own ingredients. Whereas for people who are closer that are local, I can deliver what they need to use for the class. So that's why the price is.
Oh, wow. Okay, you left that part out. So you actually deliver the ingredients to your clients that are taking the virtual classes in the local area. That, you know what? That $55 is worth it, girl. $55 is worth that. That is awesome customer service. I've never heard of anyone doing it like that.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I mean, to me, it's easier to do it that way. Like, if I'm in an area where I'm close enough, then I can just deliver what you need, and all you have to do after that is follow me.
Just
follow the
tune in.
So,
Wow.
Exactly.
Nice. Okay, so who inspires you?
I would have to say that I feel like I'm inspired by the world and my experiences. With me being a military brat, and then being in the military myself, and then just kind of living all over the place and experiencing so many different types of people and cultures, I kind of take all that kind of stuff and put it into what I do. And so I use that as my inspiration for things. That's just kind of how I create and how I do things. I do things by what I see, the people that I am actually like in tune with. And for me, majority of the things that I've learned in this business and in my life in general has come from people around me. So it would be unfair of me to not recognize those people and those experiences in everything that I do. So yeah, I'm inspired by the world.
Nothing wrong with that. So let's take a look at your website, shall we?
Oh, goodness. Go ahead.
It's a beautiful website.
Well, thank you.
All right, so we're on the starvinggypsy.net website, and I see here it says here to free your soul one meal at a time.
Yes, ma'am.
I love it. I love it. How did you come up with that?
I mean, I just feel like that's what I do. The whole point is to bring people into a space outside of the world that they're in and create a space that they're comfortable, that they're safe in, that they can be themselves, and just have a good time. So I feel like that's a part of freeing people, is giving them space to just be themselves. Or like mostly the permission. I feel like a lot of the times in this world we are not given the permission and the space to just be who we are. And
Right.
that's what I try to create with the experience that I create. So it's about the food, but it's also not about the food. It's about giving people the space to just be themselves and just be
Right.
comfortable and experience whatever is being given to them.
Nice, nice, nice. I really love it. You're like a breath of fresh air and a delight to the palate. I love it.
Well, that's good.
Now, is this one of your dishes?
That's one of the dishes from my brunch menu. Yes,
Oh,
that
wow.
is the avocado toast that comes with our brunch.
Okay. So you already have a menu prepare, or do you like let people tell you what they want? And I mean, you're a private chef. Do you like
Yes.
do weddings and like what is it? I mean, I know you do a lot, but like just narrow it down for me.
I occasionally do weddings and bigger things like corporate retreats and things of that nature. Occasionally,
Mhm.
mostly, mostly let people can tell me if they have like a certain thing that they want to celebrate. They have certain things that they like. Then yeah, we'll do that. However, also we do have seasonal menus that we run for the season because I like to swap with the season. I get a lot of my produce farmers markets and local farmers. And then I get a lot of my protein from butchers and things of that nature. So I flow by the season. So every season we'll have a certain selection of menus. Like for spring, right now we have a spring menu. We have a pub crawl menu because we just, went through St. Patrick's Day. And
Yeah.
then we have also a Caribbean cruise menu because we're going into summer. And then
Oh.
we, for the year round, we always have a brunch menu. We always have a tapas menu. We always have a Tex-Mex menu because of the location where I'm at.
Right,
So,
right.
but we swap stuff. So like those ones will always stay, but then there's always something that's for the season and something that's specific to the season that's a little bit different and something that's paired with wine or liquor that's also specific to the season. So I have menus that I run that are seasonal. But then if people have ideas like, oh, well, we want to do like this type of cuisine, I'm pretty sure I have a menu with options that are already built for it because I
Yeah.
keep menus built with options for many things because I know that people like, different stuff. So we have stuff to choose from. But if people have ideas, we can build menus around that as well.
Nice. Your food looks like something out of the Home and Garden magazine. It's so clean and crisp. I love it. I love it. Okay, let's
Good.
go to your menu.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, so like you said, in the spring of things, and then you have the pub crawl. I'm on a boat, brunch business. It's like you have food collections. I love
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Nice. So let's say I want to try one of your menus. Do I have to hire you as a personal chef, or is there somewhere I can go to specifically try this dish, or is it I have to make the dish myself at one of the cooking classes?
So it would be mostly the best way would be to book me for an actual event. So like say you want to do a date night situation with you and one person and you want to have something that's on the pub crawl menu. So
Mm,
then we'll go to the menu and then you would pick from the categories because everything has categories. And you would pick
okay.
from the categories what you would want and that's the kind of stuff that we would show up and cook.
Shepherd's pie is pub's crawl?
Of course. Of course. Why would it? Why would it be?
Oh. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. Guinness battered cod. Yummy, 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 yummy. Don't tell anybody, but I love Guinness and carrot juice. A lot of people be like, why would you mix
Wow.
that? That is a good drink. Don't try it till you
I've
knock
never,
it.
I've never tried it, so I'm curious. I'm
It is
curious now.
so good. It is so good. Wow. Wow. Your menu is making my mouth water. Like,
That's the
geez.
plan.
Jeez. So how
That is,
much is it for a private chef date night? Just come to the house and cook.
I would say for me, with everything all included, with our fees, with whatever you choose, all that kind of stuff, a basic three-course menu for two people would be between $65 to $85 per person.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. No, because I
That is
also
not
try to be reasonable. So yeah, absolutely.
bad. Wow. Let's take a look at what is your favorite menu? Cause, whew. Is
Um,
this your dish in the back too?
all of them are.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah. Those wings are from.
What is that?
That was a birthday.
Oh my God. Lord forgive me.
I would
Girl.
say I'm trying to think from. I don't know. I like stuff off of like every menu. So
Well, we just gonna go through every menu real quick. I just got to see what's on the menu. Okay, so in the spring of things, this is the spring menu. Okay.
that's a
That
spring
looks
menu. Yeah.
yummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. It looks fresh. Do you take your own pictures?
Most of the time I do. Sometimes I have a
Nice.
photographer that takes pictures for me.
Nice. And I get all of this if I was to hire you as a private chef?
Oh yeah, absolutely, hands down.
Oh, wow. Sheesh. This looks delicious. It sounds, oh my gosh. What is this? Oh my, gooseberry. What is a gooseberry? Oh my God.
it's it's a very 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 tart that looks. It's a very tart berry that looks like a yellow tomato, but it's a
Mm-hmm.
gooseberry, and it's incredibly tart. But it's great to use
Ooh.
for things, and it's
S'more
vibrant
chocolate
and
chip
bright. And
cookies.
yeah.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm just like,
You good?
oh. Oh wow. Okay, so that was the spring menu.
That was
Sheesh,
pretty
the pub crawl. We already looked at that one, but that one was good anyway. I'm
neat.
on a boat. Let me see what you got. Wow. Conch fritters. I've always wanted to try conch. What does conch taste like?
I feel like it tastes like a mix between scallops and shrimp.
Oh, okay. Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
so yeah.
Nice. Now, would you consider conch like an escargot, being that it's inside of a shell?
I mean, you could, but I mean, I pull it out to do what I got to do with it. But
Nice. Saffron rice. Oh my gosh. Why is saffron so expensive?
because of how they have to source it, just like why truffles are so expensive because
Oh, I
of the
love me some
process that they go through
truffles.
for sourcing.
Nice, nice. And the truffle process is very weird. They're
Yeah,
underground.
I know. Yeah, so you end up paying
Nice.
for labor. You pay for labor.
Yeah,
That's pretty much what it is.
man, your menus. Oh my God. Oh, that's the chicken and waffle you was talking about earlier.
That's it.
Ooh. So do you travel? I mean, you said you'd like to starve in Gypsy, and you know Gypsies travel. Do you travel?
I mean, yeah, I'm all down to travel to places. I mean, the only reason why I couldn't travel as much last year is because,
Right,
pandemic.
COVID.
But yeah, I am totally down to travel anywhere,
Wow,
anytime.
I'm supposed to be telling people what's on these menus, and I'm just over here just like, wow, oh, ooh. Y'all got to go to the website, thestarvinggypsy.net. I mean, if you're ever in Texas, South Austin area. Y'all make sure to check her out. Wow, her menu is, I'm just speechless. Her menu is, wow, decadent. And being that you're in the Lone Star State, wow, let's
Yep.
see what you got on the menu for them. Nice. Okay, nice. I'm just like nice, nice, nice. You guys, I'm pretty sure if you guys are watching the screen, you can see it too. But her menu is just awesome. I would love it. Oh man. And this is at someone's home?
Yeah, that was actually at an Airbnb spot that someone went to,
Okay.
and so then we set up everything there.
You know what? I'm about to plan a trip to Austin just so that I can experience this. I'm gonna book
Come
me an
on.
Airbnb because I got to try. I have to. And if you think I'm not going to do it, you got me totally mistaken, my dear. Definitely going to do it. Watch my
Come on.
fire and you're going to see it burn. Oh, all right.
Oh
Let's
my
see this
goodness.
last menu. The satchel and bar. I like that. And this is all tapas. See,
Tapas.
I would
Those
probably
are
need to do
tapas.
something like this because I want to try it all. All right. Wow. Yummy. Wow. I am just like taken back. Your menu, I gotta experience this for myself. I have to. So, a few more questions before I let you go.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, at the end of your life, what do you wish you could have done more of or better of?
Um, I would say I wish I would have fallen into knowing who I was as a person and accepting that when it comes to like the gifts that were given to me and what I should do with them beforehand. I'm here
Okay.
now, but I'm also like 2 years shy of 40. So I felt
Mm.
like it would have changed things for me very earlier on if I would have
Mm-hmm.
realized what I now consider to be my purpose and how to follow those things out. And so I just feel like I had a lot of wasted time that I'm now making up on for. And I just wish that I would have kind of just accepted who I was and what
Mm.
I like to do and the things that I gravitate towards earlier on
Yeah.
so that I could put more time into that instead of putting time to things that now I can't get back.
Utilize. I
So
got you.
yeah, yeah. So I would say yeah, that's definitely a big thing for me.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, we have a question from one of our viewers. Miss Lisa Johnson would
Uh
like to know, what do you think of other cooking? Oh, hold on. Of other cook at home DIY food services such as HelloFresh and Blue Apron. What do you think about
I
those?
tried out a lot of them,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that some of them are very overpriced. I think that they don't give you all the tools that they. I feel like they give you the tools that they would give you for someone who's trying to get you to commit to them for a long amount of time.
Mm.
And so you don't get all the information because one of the main things that I focus on when I do meal prep stuff is to provide people good food and provide them a service and provide them education. But I want to give you the education so that you don't have to depend on me. I
Mm.
try to give you the education so that you can stay with me for a good amount of time and be able to be confident enough to leave from doing meal prep with us and go buy stuff for yourself and cook for yourself, cook for your family, and not need me and my assistance to do so. Because to me, that's not what it's about. It's not about making money and turning profit. I want you to just be more confident in your food choices and what you do and provide to your family. So that's what I think about about those type of services. I feel like they're set up
Nice.
to continue to make you buy from them, and that's just
Yeah.
not what I'm in this business for. So I don't want to do that with people. I don't want people to be dependent upon me providing for them. I want them to be able to come to me and get the education that they need to do this for themselves.
Good deal. Good deal. I like that. So, if you were going to start another business, what kind of business would you start?
I would say, because I also am a writer, that if I want to start another business, it would be a publishing company. And
Okay.
only because, like, for what I do, also with me writing and things of that nature, when I did my cookbook, I published it myself. When I did all
Okay.
my poetry books, I published it myself. And so I want to give other people the opportunity to be able to just kind of put themselves and their words and what they want to say out there. I feel like a lot of the times the reason why we don't have as much representation in particular areas is because we don't have the opportunities. So if I
Mm.
can be in a space where I can provide that opportunities, that's what I want to do.
Good deal. Good deal. Now, before we let you go, if you don't mind, let the listeners know where they can find you, how they can reach you, take a cooking class, drop all that information on them.
Um, so again, my name is Dimitri, and if you want to find anything about the company, the name of the company is The Starving Gypsy. The website for The Starving Gypsy is www.thestarvinggypsy.net. We are also at The Starving Gypsy on Instagram, and then what else can I say about finding us? We also have a culinary podcast that's directed towards
Oh,
the
wow.
life and times of Black and Brown people in the culinary and hospitality industry. It is called Patchwork, and you can find that on Apple Podcasts and also on Spotify. So we out here.
And soon, Hidden City Radio, we're going to talk about that because I'm going to have that on my station. Oh, wow. It's been an honor. I thank you so much
I
for this
agree.
opportunity. And if you ever want to come back, the door is open. We can talk some more because you got a lot going on, and I want to be nosy, girl.
I'm here for it, man. I really really appreciate you for reaching out, like reaching out and letting me talk about all of these crazy things that I'm doing that are food and community related. I think it's very
Nice.
important that we have spaces to be able to talk and like promote
Yes.
ourselves and what we do. So
Yes.
I am no more than grateful to you also for giving me the chance to be
Awesome.
able to do this and be on your platform and continue to like spread all of this stuff that we're doing and build this community, man.
That's it. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Miss Dimitri, the Starving Gypsy. It's been a pleasure. Girl, we gonna see you when we see you because we gotta get out of here. Our time is up. But we love you,
I
girl. You
know.
be easy and stay safe.
You too, man.
All right,
Bye.
bye. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all make sure y'all check out the Starving Gypsy, Miss Dimitri. Y'all check her out at Wicked Gypsy Bird. Her Instagram, Starving Gypsy, starvinggypsy.net. Y'all make sure y'all keep it locked right here with your girl TopNotch Butterscotch every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 p.m. It's going to be a change of plan after April because I got to go back into the office. Yeah, I got a regular 9 to 5. And with that being said, y'all make sure y'all keep it locked tonight for Love After Dark with the DJ Pied Piper Peter Allen. Y'all already know how it go here on City Flow here at Hidden City Radio. We got a lot of great shows. I got a lot of catching up to do. I got to dehydrate because I've been on the beach and I was just drinking, and I got to get my life back right with Christ, y'all. Because this ain't going to work. But anyway, y'all, remember to keep it real, rap raw, so they can't call you flawed. Look at my lips, just horrible. I gotta go, y'all. I gotta go. Oh man, it's been real, y'all. I'm out of here. Peace.